Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Big Ideas. I'm your host, Ethan.
And I'm Rio. It's great to be with you all again. How are you doing today, Ethan?
I'm doing well, thanks, Rio. But I have something on my mind today, actually. Something I was hoping we could talk about. It's about a friend of mine.
Of course. What's going on?
Well, my friend is going through a tough time. They have important things they need to do, things that could really improve their life. They know exactly what the steps are, but they just can't seem to do them. It's like they're frozen, stuck, and I don't know how to help.
That feeling of being stuck. I think many of our listeners, and maybe we ourselves, have felt that before. It's incredibly frustrating. It feels like you're fighting against yourself.
Exactly. And what's strange is that they are a very capable person. But right now, even simple tasks feel huge. They just sit there, thinking about what they should do, but hours go by and nothing happens. They say they feel exhausted, even though they haven't done anything all day. It's worrying.
That makes perfect sense, actually. And the first and most important thing your friend and anyone listening who feels this way needs to know is this. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not laziness. It's biology. It's how our brain is designed to protect us.
Protect them? How is not doing anything a form of protection? It seems like it's causing more problems.
It's a self-defense mechanism that's gone a little haywire. Think about it from the brain's perspective. The brain's number one job is to keep you safe. To do that, it's always scanning for threats. For our ancestors, a threat was a tiger in the bushes.
Right, the classic fight-or-flight response.
Exactly. But there's a third response we often forget: freeze. If the tiger is too close, you don't fight or run. You freeze, hoping it doesn't see you. Today, we don't have tigers. We have job applications, difficult conversations, and big projects with uncertain outcomes.
So you're saying my friend's brain sees a job application as a tiger?
In a way, yes. This brings us to the first big idea: anticipatory anxiety. That's a fancy term for worrying about the future. The problem is, our brain is not very good at telling the difference between a real, immediate threat and a possible future threat. When your friend thinks about that big task, their brain doesn't just see the task, it sees all the possible negative outcomes. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if it's too hard? All that uncertainty feels like a danger.
Okay, that makes sense.
And because the threat feels so big and so close, the brain chooses the freeze response. It hits the brakes, it says, "Whoa, this is too dangerous, let's not move, let's stay right here where it's safe, even if it's uncomfortable." So your friend isn't stuck because they want to be, they're stuck because their brain is screaming danger.
Wow, that changes how I see it completely. It's not about willpower then.
Not at all. And this often connects to another issue, the perfectionism cycle. Does your friend ever say things like, "I'll start when I have more time," or "I need to figure out the perfect plan first"?
All the time. That's exactly it. They feel like everything has to be just right before they can even begin.
That's the cycle. It works like this. The fear of failure, the anticipatory anxiety we just talked about, makes you want to do the task perfectly to avoid any chance of that failure. But creating a perfect plan is impossible, so you wait, you procrastinate. While you're waiting, the deadline gets closer and the anxiety gets bigger. Now the pressure is even higher to be perfect. It's a trap. The need for perfection causes the delay, and the delay increases the need for perfection.
A vicious cycle. And all this time, my friend is just thinking about the problem. Which leads me to my other question. Why are they so tired?
That's the final piece of the puzzle. It's a process called rumination. Rumination is when you continuously think about the same thoughts, the same worries over and over again, without moving toward a solution.
Like a wheel spinning in the mud.
Perfect analogy. This isn't just harmless daydreaming. Rumination is hard work for your brain. It uses a huge amount of mental energy. It's like having 20 computer programs running at the same time. Even if you're just sitting on the sofa, your brain is running a marathon. That's why your friend is exhausted. They are mentally, not physically, overworked.
This is incredible, Rio. It explains everything. So, what's the solution? What's the prescription for this?
The prescription has a few parts, and they might sound surprisingly simple. The first step is about the body, not the mind. It's aerobic exercise.
Exercise when they feel too tired to even get up?
Yes, and it doesn't have to be a marathon. We're talking about a 5-minute walk, just 5 minutes. When you do aerobic exercise, it helps regulate the parts of your brain that control emotions. It calms down the brain's alarm system. Think of it less as working out and more as medicine for the brain. It has a powerful rehabilitative effect.
Okay, a 5-minute walk. That sounds manageable. What's next?
The second part is a mental shift. This is the most important rule. Move with anxiety. Do not wait for the anxiety to go away before you act.
Move with anxiety. So, do the scary thing even while you're feeling scared?
Precisely. The freeze response is waiting for the feeling of safety to return. But in the modern world, that feeling won't come until after we act. The goal is not to eliminate the anxiety. The goal is to teach your brain that you can function alongside it. You have to prove to your brain that the tiger is just a paper tiger.
But how? If the task is huge and scary, taking any action feels impossible.
That's the third and final step. Take clumsy first steps. The key is to make the first step so small, so tiny, that it feels almost ridiculous.
Clumsy First Steps? I like that name. What do you mean?
It means you forget about perfect. You forget about finishing. You focus only on one tiny, imperfect action. If you need to write a report, the clumsy first step isn't to write the first page, it's to open the document. That's it. Task done. If you need to apply for jobs, the step isn't to finish your resume, it's to write one sentence of your resume. If you need to clean your apartment, the step is to pick up one piece of trash or take one dish to the sink.
That's small.
Yes, because that tiny action does something amazing. It sends a message back to the brain that says, "See, I did a thing, and nothing bad happened. The tiger didn't get me." That makes the next tiny step just a little bit easier. You're building evidence that action is safe. Momentum begins with a single clumsy step.
So, let me try to summarize this. For my friend, or anyone who feels stuck. First, understand that it's not weakness. It's their brain trying to protect them with a freeze response caused by anticipatory anxiety.
Exactly.
Second, this is often made worse by a perfectionism cycle and the mental exhaustion from rumination or overthinking.
You've got it.
And the prescription, the way out, is 3 steps. 1. A short 5-minute walk to help regulate the brain. 2. Accept the anxiety and decide to act with it, not wait for it to disappear. And 3. Take one tiny, clumsy, imperfect first step.
That's the entire plan. It's simple, but it's not easy. It takes courage. But it's a way to gently guide the brain out of freeze mode and back into action. The most important thing is self-compassion, to treat yourself like a friend you are trying to help, not a problem you are trying to fix.
Thank you, Rio. This has been incredibly helpful. I feel like I understand my friends so much better now, and I have some real, practical ideas to share with them. It's about being kind to your brain and taking things one tiny step at a time.
And I hope it's helpful for our listeners, too. If any of you have ever felt this way, we'd love to hear your thoughts or what strategies have worked for you. You're welcome, Ethan. And to build on that idea of self-compassion, it's crucial to celebrate those clumsy first steps, no matter how small they seem. The brain learns through reward. When you take that tiny action and then mentally give yourself credit for it, you're creating a new positive feedback loop.
That's all the time we have for today on Simple English Big Ideas. Thanks for tuning in.
Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.